Welcome in, quick hitters, on terrific Thursday. Sports news. What done happened in sports news here lately? I know one thing that happened. It seemed like they don't want to sign Saquon Barkley. Can't even believe that. New York Giants. Should they pay the man? But I want to know, the NFL, are they devaluing star running backs now in this league? It's possible. But I'm going to tell you one thing. If they don't sign Saquon Barkley. All right, let's talk about it. Welcome back in, quick hitters. Saquon Barkley. I'm going to go back, though, because I remember in the 90s, we didn't have this problem. Back when I was actually covering college football, back when I was coming out of high school, man, running backs was the cream of the crop. Back in those 90s, late 90s, some early 90s too. But we can go even further back than that, to be honest with you. We can talk about the Earl Campbell days, the Bo Jacksons. That's when running backs were very valued back then. I mean, you look at all the college teams, the Texas A&M, the Aggies, the Ohio States. I can go way back, man. We can talk about Greg Hill. We can go back to Eddie George. We can bring it up in that time. Tyrone Wheatley. You know, it was just college teams that just bred great running backs. Now we got into this league, and now they're talking about devaluing. That's what it seems like. They devaluing running backs now. I'm going to tell you one thing about Saquon Barkley, and we can also put that on a quick hit spotlight, Saquon Barkley. Giants need to pay Saquon Barkley. This guy is still, now I know what they're thinking. Oh, he's coming off an injury. Do we want to invest in this guy long term? I'm going to tell you right now, you need to invest in him long term. You want Daniel Jones to be healthy and to be productive coming into a season. Yes, I think you do need to pay this guy and want to keep him on your team. It's a gamble to make to me. Yeah, he got injured. Is it a possibility he might get injured again? Yes, it's a possibility he could get injured again. But you know what? I'm willing to roll that dice. He is one of the running backs in a league that's a game changer. Every time this guy gets the ball, he has a great chance of busting it and going all the way for a touchdown. He's a guy that's into his craft. You know what you're going to get each and every game with Saquon Barkley. He plays all out, and he is a student of the game. So if I'm the New York Giants, I'm thinking seriously about signing this guy. And I think they got the deadline to Monday is what I'm hearing. We'll get into the article later. But, man, yeah, Saquon Barkley, man, all these running backs being devalued. I think they are. Young running backs. And it's tough. It really is tough. And as far as the New York Giants, I could care less about the New York Giants, to be honest with you, in the NFC. They're just another rival along with Dallas and Washington. But as far as these running backs, I do care about that, because if they're going to start devaluing running backs, they're going to have to change up their expertise. They're going to have to change up their skill level. You can't just come in and be a running back anymore. You have to be able to do multiple things in the NFL as a running back. Perfect example, Christian McCaffrey. Guy that can do it running the ball, he can do it blocking, and we already know about the passing and receiving. So from now on, that's what teams are looking for. If you're just a pound-for-pound running back, that's not going to cut in this league anymore. All the Earl Campbells, the Bo Jacksons, the Jim Browns, they don't want any more pound-for-pound running backs no more. And besides, they're playing by committee now. They don't want just running back taking the bulk of the carries. They need you to last the rest of the season. They want to share the load. So that's kind of making running backs expendable now, because you can just pick a handful of guys that can do one great running back's job. You can get a guy that can scat a little bit. You can get a guy that can run in between the lines. You can get a guy who can do receiving, who catches a third down back. So it makes it real hard for guys like Saquon Barkley, G.S.Q.H, all these guys to get these big paydays now. It's starting to be on a decline. I hate to see it, but it's going to force them to sharpen up their game. They have no choice but to sharpen up their game as a running back. You have to do multiple things. Another guy I'm going to bring up that is already was making that transition before he retired, Marshall Faulk. Marshall Faulk is a running back who can do it all. Running, passing, blocking. And I say passing, I mean receiving, but you can also throw passing in there because he threw a few touchdowns. He's a guy who actually can throw the ball. So we're going to get into this article real quick here. And I'll put it up at the top what it says. Why star NFL running backs have been devalued. Something feels wrong about what's happening for running backs in the NFL as teams approach training camp later this month. 4 respected veteran rushers remain free agents, seemingly with little interest. Kareem Hunt wasn't re-signed by the Browns after his contract expired, while Ezekiel Elliott, Leonard Fournette, and Dalvin Cook were released by their respective franchises to create salary cap space. None of the 4 has signed elsewhere. Now that's pretty much, you can say this is the cream of the crop. You can say these guys' careers are done. You can say what have you. But these guys are not 33, 35 years old. So you're going to be on a shelf fighting to find a job in the league in your 20s now? It's a real shame, man. These guys might want to start trying out for a receiver, slot, or something.